Start the recording. All right. Real volatile, this market. If you're watching it in the future, we're talking about our session here, November 20th. It's actually my mom's birthday. I got to call her. Thanks for reminding me. November 20th, volatile day, volatile week, volatile last month. We know why. The driver initially was higher interest rates and hawkish Fed. The tech sector getting crazy weak. You got to keep an eye on some FANG stocks for leadership. That's putting pressure on the NASDAQ, putting pressure on global indexes. Brexit not being able to come to any kind of agreement, an additional headwind. China-U.S. trade talk turning positive then negative. Right now, the last comments were negative. Pence and President Xi out of a weekend Asian summit helped tipped the market lower coming out of the weekend yesterday. And so you got headwind after headwind, and it's one of those things where they just can't sustain a rally without a day or two coming back and slipping. And when they slip, they go. And like we talk about every day in the room, the price of poker has gone up, so you can't hold on to losers. You can't add to losers ever, especially in volatile markets. I demand you don't do it. If you're trading my money, you wouldn't, or you'd be fired. That's how important it is not to add to losers ever, but especially in volatile markets, because it's unforgiving. You could turn several days of profits into one losing to give it all back and then some in one trade. Remember, one series of trades starts from one stupid idea that you think it's going to go up or you think it's going to go down. So part of why I keep this meeting short is because of this volatility that I don't want people to miss, including myself, especially if they come down the wire. Really important, the wire. You got to make sure going into next year, you put yourself in a position like you should have this year and last year to catch Trump tweets, to catch some drivers that are going to hit the wire to send the market up or down really fast. I want more people and more examples of people catching a story, catching a headline, and make your day, make your week, make your month. I want more examples of that going into 2019. It's a tool you have to have in your arsenal, in your tool bag. And most people don't before they get into the right kind of education. So we could talk edge zones and order flow and delta stuff and all this great, but if you're not good at saying, hey, what could drive us? How can I anticipate a bullish or bearish event? And how can I capitalize on a damn thing? You'll miss some, you'll catch some, and you put yourself in a position to get a nice head start on the week, on the month, on the year. The wire. Some news source that you could get. We've got Trade the News that allowed me to offer it instead of, I think, what do they charge? $185, I think it's $140 on the new website. But I don't want to promote it. I just want people to say, hey, you got to find a source that gets you feeling like you're, this phrase, in the market. You got to feel like you're in the market. If you're asking yourself, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Then you're not in the market. You got to get in the market even when you don't have an open position. All right. I didn't want to make most of this. Like I said, it's going to be a short meeting this week because of the price action we got. Next week, we're going to meet, and we may or may not meet in December. Maybe a couple. Usually December, we don't have these Tuesday meetings. We'll see. If you're watching, the future won't matter because there's all this content that you'll see before and after this event. The one thing I wanted to touch on, though, in this meeting is, and I need feedback. It's not about your favorite Track 4 video. Some people responded, some not. This one is, of all the people out there, right? All the platform owners, software developers, educators, whomever, someone we had in the past, someone we haven't had, who would you like to see host a Tuesday session next year? Pop in some names. Even if you don't think I know them. Who would you like to see host a Tuesday session or two throughout next year? A guest. Who the heck is that, Bruce? All right, Andrew Menaker. I like Andrew. We'll put him up there. Andrew Menaker. Danny Riley. You want him to come in? I know Danny a little bit. Not that much. I'll reach out to him. Who else? Merrick Black. We had him last year. All right. We'll get him on the calendar. Steenbarger. If he doesn't come, he might be coming on the 4th. Brett Steenbarger. That's a good name. Big John Kepler. All right. I'll try to put him in the hopper. Who else? Carl. Jim Dalton. I don't know Jim Dalton, but I'll reach out to him. Someone said he mentioned my name, so I don't know. I ain't bringing in Larry Williams. Last I heard, he had 4 accounts. It was long in 2 and short in the other 2. He was going to be right one way or the other. Larry Kudlow. We'll get him in here. Who else? Not Larry Williams. Not Larry Kudlow. Paul Tudor Jones. I don't know if I could get him, but I might. I'm going to ask. I know someone who knows him. Andrew Menaker. Well, he actually is going to be here next week. Guy who developed the edge zones. His name is Lee. I'll put him on there. How about? Well, that's a good one. Peter Davies. We'll get him in here. Okay. This is a good list. I don't know about Paul Tudor Jones, but the rest of them, well, there's a chance. You never know. Someone reaches. Sometimes people don't get back to you, even though they have the intentions to. I don't know him, though, James. Who else? Think about it. I know you guys have, a lot of people are on Jigsaw, so Peter would be a good one. Nah, Bruce, I don't like him. Nah, I don't know him, Ernesto. We'll have Brad back. He was a good one for next year. And then I want to get back around to edge guys to come in here, talk about how they're doing, whether good or not good, in the middle, get a sense of progress as we go through 2019. This is a good list, though. I can't promise all of them, but I'll reach out to all of them. Let me look at the calendar really quick for next. So Tuesday, December 4th, still a good chance Brett Steenbarger will be here. That's 2 weeks from today. I'll confirm it. It might be our last session of the year. We probably won't do any Tuesday sessions until the middle of January. It's generally how we've done it the last 4 years. So just to go through these guys so people know, Brett Steenbarger and Menaker are psychologists, right? Danny Riley's an old floor trader. Merritt Black is into profile at SMB, right? Kepler is a big profiler, as you guys know. Brad, prop trader with me back in the day. Dalton, as you guys know, a big profiler. Tudor Jones, big hedge fund trader. Lee developed some of the edge zones on Sierra. And Peter is owner of Jigsaw, software guy. That's a pretty good lineup maybe for the first half of next year. I'm going to jot these guys down and reach out to all of them. Big Jim Dalton. Really, Bruce? Oh, Bruce is trying to be funny. All right. So I wanted to cover that. All right. So that's gone. And then I wanted to talk about real briefly the, hold on a second. Cuts. I'm not going to go into detail about this. I'm just going to, you guys that have edge zones or anything you look at, I want you to focus when it gets cut and it doesn't work. It's helping me and it'll help you. You listen to the kind of blow-by-blow commentary I give in the room. When it cuts through a green, it cuts through the red. I think it'll help you immensely. Or some line that you have. You could have a line and it could be R1. It could be some sort of delta activity. I don't care. But when it doesn't work, what does it show you? And start looking along those lines. Hold on a second. All right. Are you guys seeing this chart right here? The room chart? All right. The cuts. Take a look at this chart, my favorite chart, when they cut the green out. Start thinking the downside might be the right side. All right. When they cut through the red on the upside. When they cut through the green, only a tick or two, wasn't the downside, but wasn't that big of a cut either. They cut through the red, they go up. They cut through the green, they go down. They cut through the green, they go down. They cut through the red, they go up. They didn't cut there. They cut through the red, they go up. They cut through the green, they don't really go down. They go sideways. They cut through the red, they go up. They cut through the red, they didn't cut through the red, they just went down. They cut through the red, they go up a little bit, but more sideways. They cut through the green, they go down. The cuts. Find when something that you like doesn't work. Flip it around. And people that go on to Ninja, go on to Sierra charts, they're going to use the verbal journal. That's one of the reasons why Sierra I'm hoping it's got all the tools. Right now, I like what I hear about it and what I see from it. But if you're going to go on there, you're going to use this verbal journal as a great tool to document how you're doing. Document your demo trade. Instead of demo trading, you verbal journal trade. I get into all of that in future sessions. I wanted to see who we could have next year as guest hosts. I wanted to briefly cover when these markets get cut and underscore you better get yourself in front of headlines because we know what they can be to move us up or down, and you better not add to losers. So we'll break the meeting and we'll send everyone back to their workstations, and we'll see you guys in the team room or the trading room.